Ilia Topuria and Islam Makhachev just blew the roof off with their back-and-forth shots. Drama? Check. Trash talk? W check. This one's messy in all the best ways. Let's dive into the chaos, and believe me, you'll want to stick around for every second. So first up, we have Khamzat Chimaev speaking about Ilia Topuria. These two go way back. They used to train together at All-Star Gym long before either one of them stepped into the UFC spotlight. Khamzat said something powerful. He was already top tier at Brave FC, just like me. Khamzat praised Ilia's drive and hustle, saying, "He's a hard worker. He wanted to make it big, and guess what? He did. He's achieved everything you could possibly achieve in this sport. But wait, it gets juicier." When the interviewer brought up Ilia's habit of trash-talking his opponents, Khamzat smiled and responded, "Look, if everyone stayed quiet, this wouldn't be interesting. But I've spent time with Ilia. We've eaten together. We've talked. He's actually a decent guy in real life." Ilia Topuria and Islam Makhachev just blew the roof off with their back-and-forth shots. Drama? Check. Trash talk? W check. This one's messy in all the best ways. Let's dive into the chaos, and believe me, you'll want to stick around for every second. So first up, we have Khamzat Chimaev speaking about Ilia Topuria. These two go way back. They used to train together at All-Star Gym long before either one of them stepped into the UFC spotlight. Khamzat said something powerful. He was already top tier at Brave FC, just like me. Khamzat praised Ilia's drive and hustle, saying, "He's a hard worker. He wanted to make it big, and guess what? He did. He's achieved everything you could possibly achieve in this sport. But wait, it gets juicier." When the interviewer brought up Ilia's habit of trash-talking his opponents, Khamzat smiled and responded, "Look, if everyone stayed quiet, this wouldn't be interesting. But I've spent time with Ilia. We've eaten together. We've talked. He's actually a decent guy in real life. Now keep this in mind. Burns and Usman go way back, like since 2012. They've trained together for years at the same gym. So yeah, this wasn't just another matchup. It was personal, it was complicated, and it was emotional.
And then I knew on my head going to that fight, like, bro, if it's a 50-55, if it's a close fight, I might need to go more, you know. But if I go there and dominate this guy, I might be next. But I wasn't thinking too much ahead. I was just thinking on the fight. And then I would just have, okay, if the fight is pretty close, I'm gonna call out Kobe. But if I dominate this guy, I might call out Kamaru. But how I'm gonna do that? Then I was struggling, like, yeah, I'm gonna be nice, you know. I'm gonna try to be cool, you know. Just, but then I go that beat him, then I gotta call out, and I always try to be very nice as I can at every fight, every week with different guys. I was very hyper aware of myself, so I'm like, man, this guy's starting to get the better of me with boxing exchanges. So I need more help on that. Well, the coaches are gone because they're at this fight and that fight and that fight. And so I had that conversation with Henry and said, hey, I'm not getting it. Because what separates the champion from the guy who's number 3 or 4 is just a little bit of tweaks, attention to certain detail. And I knew that. And I said,
now Charles Oliveira is starting to gear up for his potential battle with Ilia Topuria, and guess who just stepped up to help him train? Jean Silva. In an interview with AG Fight, Jean made the offer loud and clear. "I'm available. I'm the same size as Topuria. If Charles wants to use me as his sparring partner during training camp, I'm here." And get this, Silva said he could mimic Ilia down to a T. "I even know his facial expressions," he bragged. Meanwhile, Renato Moicano had some choice words for Benoit Saint-Denis. He flat out called BSD delusional. Why? Well, after beating Kyle Prepelic at UFC 315, BSD got bold and called out fighters like Justin Gaethje, Dan Hooker and Mateusz Gamrot. But Moicano wasn't impressed. Not one bit. Before this win, BSD had lost 2 fights back-to-back, one by knockout to Dustin Poirier and another via TKO to Moicano himself. So yeah, Moicano felt BSD needed to take a step back. According to him, Benoit isn't in the top tier anymore.
In general, are so beyond delusional, bro. Biased.
You know who else is delusional? BSD. That guy's delusional, my brother. let me tell you something, brother. The level of disrespect of these guys. Don't you watch the fight?
No, I know.
He looked good?
No.
He looked bad, right?
Joel Alvarez would have killed him.
He could literally kill BSD.
Yeah.
He said Mateus Gamrot sucks, Mateus Gamrot, and then he said that he wants to fight Justin Gaethje. But look at
What?
that. Look at that. Look at that. They offer him the Just Gate fight and he refused,
Yeah.
right? And Mateus accept the fight, and then the other day they say no. He
Right,
say
right.
no.
Yeah.
So the two guys that he turned down, now he's saying he wants to fight them and say Mateus gonna suck. He just got beat twice, and then he beat a guy 18-8
Yeah.
with no victories in UFC, and he still thinks.
Now on to the welterweight chaos. The MMA world was shook when it was announced that Islam Makhachev is moving up to welterweight to fight Jack Della Maddalena for the title. But that move has caused some serious ripple effects. Shavkat Rakhmonov, not happy. Belal Muhammad, not thrilled either. But the loudest reaction came from one ranked welterweight, Sean Brady. He's now eyeing a fight with Ian Garry. Speaking with MMA Junkie, Brady sounded off, if Islam moves up, is he going to stay there? Because if not, he's holding up two divisions. He then added, if he's going up, then me and Ian Garry are the fight to make. Period. Brady wasn't done there, he gave props to JDM too. People are underestimating Jack, he said. He's tricky, he's got good southpaw and orthodox skills. He's tough to take down, he can scramble like crazy. Working with Craig Jones has really boosted his unorthodox game. Brady believes Jack Della Maddalena is going to put on a way better show than people expect, and he had a spicy detail to share. Apparently, after the Belal Abdelaziz JDM fight at UFC 315, Ian Garry walked up to Brady and asked who he thought won. Brady's reply? I just want to fight you next.
Talk to all the media people, they all think me and Ian make the most sense. I seen Ian at the end of the fight. He was at the end of the row and he was trying to ask me, he was like, what do you think? Like who? I was like, I think me and you. I went like this to him. I was like, he was like, what do you think? I was like, me and you. But yeah, he knows I want to fight him, and Ian's not scared of me, you know.
Nah,
he
no,
just
that's
wants, but Bull, I think that's the fight.
Switching gears a bit, Alexander Volkanovski has some thoughts on Jose Aldo's controversial loss to Ayman Zahabi. Volkanovski believes Aldo should have won. On his YouTube channel, he broke it down. Aldo clearly won the first round. The second was close, maybe the judges gave it to Zahabi, but the third? Man, Aldo dropped him multiple times. That's damage. Volk was really frustrated, especially over that third round. Aldo rocked him with a punch, then hit him with a crazy kick. Zahabi got up and got hit again. 3 knockdowns in 1 round. That could have been stopped. He concluded by saying, sure, Aldo was tired and got taken down in the end. But was that enough to erase all the damage he caused before that? I don't think so. Meanwhile, Aljamain Sterling is rooting for Khamzat Chimaev to beat Dricus du Plessis and become the new middleweight king. Aljo doesn't think Dricus is all that impressive, but still admits Dricus is a tough matchup for Khamzat.
I don't know who to pick on this. I'm torn.
Come on.
I want Hamzat to win. But I think this is a very tough. I think this is an extremely tougher fight than he might even realize. DDP might not look impressive in any facet of the game, but he's powerful. He's big for the weight. He's got some solid grappling. He's not. I don't feel like he's an expert. Like just watching him, I'm like, what is your expertise? He just does a great job of mixing it all up, and even doing stuff unconventionally, and making it look like it just works. Because I mean, clearly it's working for him. I don't think everyone could fight like Dricus and have the same success. It's just, I can't see people doing that, especially at my weight. I hope they grapple. I hope they make it a fun grappling fight. And then I hope they be like, this, let's strike. It might look similar to Usman versus Kobe 1,
I can see that.
which was just madness. 2 high-level grapplers just deciding to say, F it, we're gonna fight on the feet and figure this out. I'm going Hamzat.
You're going Hamzat?
I feel like I shouldn't, but I'm
Come
going.
on, bro.
I'm going
Who do you
Hamzat because I
actually-
want him to win.
Who do you actually think is gonna win?
I think Dricus, but I want Hamzat to win. This is like a Bo Nichols situation.
There
I
we go.
wanted Bo to win, but
Now, here's something even more wild. Magomed Ankalaev is still hunting for a dance partner for International Fight Week. He went on X to call out the whole light heavyweight division. All the guys turned me down, he posted. Yuri and Alex don't want to fight. Jamahal Hill responded hilariously, after I handle business on June 21st, I'll emancipate these hands on Abe Lincoln's double. Dominic Reyes also responded with a mean gif, keeping it light but definitely throwing shade. Now here comes the absolute center of the drama storm, Ilia Topuria versus Islam Makhachev. In an interview with Eurosport, Ilia went off. And we're talking fire. He said, Islam is the biggest hypocrite I've ever seen. He told me I didn't deserve a chance because I was the smaller guy, but now he's the one chasing the same shot I wanted. Ilia didn't hold back. Beep, 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 beep. He criticized me, said I was undeserving, but now he's doing the exact same thing. Total hypocrisy. I guess that's how he's being advised. Then he took direct aim at Islam's manager, Ali Abdelaziz. Ali should thank me for not beating his star, Ilia said. I'd preserved his value and credibility. They snuck Islam out the back door. Everyone knows it. That was the fight the fans wanted. I was ready. They never agreed to it. They always said I didn't deserve it. It was never about fairness. It was about escaping before losing credibility. Boom! Islam fired back hard on X. Difference between me and you? He wrote, is I clean the top of my division. You ran away from contenders who had 5 to 9 fight win streaks in featherweight. You're nothing in the lightweight division. Just a loudmouth from Spain with a good haircut. Go get one win, then talk. Ilia clapped back instantly. The difference between us is I'm a man, and you a coward, he wrote. I speak and I fight. You talk and hide. You run far away and leave no trace. It's on, folks. The tension, the history, the back and forth. This is the fight the fans deserve. And that's a wrap on the MMA madness today. Don't forget, if you love staying updated on this drama, chaos, and all-out war of words, make sure to subscribe to Full Mount MMA and hit that bell icon. Here are the top 3 comments from our last video, and they are spicy. These were all reacting to Islam's manager, Ali Abdelaziz, claiming that Dana White told him if JDM pulls out of the fight, he has to vacate the welterweight title. Zach Rogers said, so JDM has to vacate if he pulls out, but John can hold up an entire division, hold a belt for over 800 days and face no consequences? What a joke! Bobby Bands commented, the hypocrisy of Dana White is becoming legendary. SM. And finally, someone said, bro, the UFC is becoming such a clown show. Want your comment featured next? You know what to do. Sound off down below. Missed yesterday's drama? Click the video on screen now and get caught up.